Hey guys and gals, this is Trevor, getting ready for our weekly mastermind call here, and there's a bunch of people already in here, which is awesome. Give me another minute here, just need to actually finish up one of my slides for today's call. So had a meeting that ran long this morning. Actually one of the companies that I do marketing consulting for, and wasn't able to finish up this one slide, so give me 60 seconds. I want to finish this slide for y'all, and then we'll dive in. And today, just so you guys know what we're going to go over today, of course, it's a mastermind call today, but just so you know the topic that I'm going to teach at the start, it's going to be on really how I organize my time, how I organize my week, okay? And there's a lot of different ways that I've tried. I've tried all kinds of things. And I'm going to walk you through what works for me, and where I learned it. And then I'm going to show you physically my whiteboard in my office and how I actually use my whiteboard now to where it's actually effective for me. Because before, my whiteboard would be nothing but a place that I would draw stuff on, and then I would never look back at it because I wouldn't want to erase it. But now I use it effectively. The whole team uses it. And I'm going to show you guys some things that you can do even if you don't have a whiteboard to get stuff going with. So hold on here one second. Let me finish up this one slide because it's something that I think will help out the presentation a lot. And if you guys can, while I'm finishing this up, just shoot through the questions panel, guys. Shoot through where you're at. Looks like Dan, is that your phone number you just sent through? I'm not sure what that is. You guys shoot through where you're at. Shoot through where in the country you're at, and as far as what city, state, stuff like that. And I'll give some people a welcome here, and of course that helps them kind of gear the presentation. And also, if you guys can shoot through any questions that you already have. So if you already have questions on your mind, it could be technical about how to really use Carrot, or it could be really advanced, it could be beginner, it could be, hey, look at my site, I'm not getting traffic, or whatever it is, can you diagnose it? We'll do that stuff on this call, okay? But give me 60 seconds here, guys, and we'll dive into it right here. For those of you who are just coming in, I'm going to get started here in about 60 seconds, just finishing up one slide, and then we're going to get rolling on it, guys. So welcome on in. Okay, cool. We're good to go. So awesome, guys. Let's go ahead and dive in, and I'll turn on the screen here. I guess first of all, can you all see me? Awesome, Sonoma. Michael, welcome back in, man. We've got all over the country, guys. I love it. So we've got Sonoma, California. Michael, Joe is in Massachusetts, Los Angeles. Betsy, awesome. Brenda's watching from Michigan. We got Jersey. Scott, welcome back, dude. Ken in Minnesota, David in New York, snowing out there, huh? Jack, awesome, man. Yeah, I'll be out in your neck of the woods, actually, Jack, in a month. Jackson, Orlando. I'll be there. I'm kind of your neck in the woods. I'll be in St. Petersburg. Awesome, guys. Another one up in New York, Leon. Cool, guys. We got a bunch of people. This is the most people we've ever had on a mastermind call. Believe it or not, guys, so we've kind of hit a milestone. Actually, let me show you guys the slides right now. We've hit a milestone with Carrot, which I think is a big thing to celebrate. And we haven't done really much, if any, marketing, which is the kind of cool thing. We just hit 500 active Carrot members this week. And like I said, it's a milestone for us because we're not out there doing product launches. We're not out there doing all kinds of these different things. Okay, the majority of our customers are not coming from affiliates. Okay, if we look at where most of our customers are coming from, it's not coming from these big affiliates who are promoting and sending us a bunch of stuff. It's coming from you guys. It's coming from Carrot members who are using the system, who love the system, who are emailing us about it all the time and saying, hey, I've tried the other ones. I've tried FreedomSoft, RollFlow. I've tried this site, that site. I've tried to make my own, and this works the best. This one's the best. And they're telling other people about it. People like Cindy, who I've mentioned before, who her case study is actually going up today online for you guys to watch. She joined. She had other sites she paid thousands of dollars for, and she uses our system now. She refers all of her students, all of her people that she talks to. So that we just want to throw a big, huge thanks out to everyone, to all the whole Carrot community. Yeah, so we just want to throw huge thanks out to the Carrot community guys for really believing in us. Number one, believing in yourselves, and helping spread the word, because those people with an abundance mindset, people who don't have the mindset of, this, I like the tool, but I don't want my competition to have this tool. Those kind of people are the ones that are going to be successful. The people who help other people and help other people do great things and share the great tools that work for them, things tend to come back around to you. So we appreciate it. And if you guys do want to join our affiliate program, I mean, heck, people ask about it all the time. I'm here on Carrot.com. If you scroll to the bottom, there's this little link that says affiliates, and you guys can actually earn extra income by referring people over to us. So we have Carrot members. They're not gurus. They're people who are just normal people who join the affiliate program, and they're earning an extra $25 a month, and it pays for their thing, or an extra $200, or an extra $1,000 or more a month just by the referrals they've sent over. So join the affiliate program. And we've got an affiliate marketing training that I'm doing here shortly as well. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and log in. I guess number one, can you guys see my screen? I'm assuming so, since no one's mentioned anything. Okay, cool. Yep, looks like we're good to go. So let's go and dive in, guys. So welcome to this week's Carrot Mastermind. If this is your first Mastermind call, awesome, welcome aboard. We do these every single week, and this is something we started about a month ago. And we're going to keep on doing them. And it's just something we believe in, giving our members access to the resources that help you succeed more. And as my time was becoming more and more scarce, and I could hop on fewer and fewer one-on-one calls, especially ones where, of course, they were really long calls and we weren't getting compensated for them. There's a thing where you got to start looking at opportunity cost as a business. No matter how much I want to talk to each and every customer, it would, of course, my wife would not like it, because I wouldn't have any time for the family. But we started these calls, guys, so you guys can come to these calls. I teach one topic each month, about the first 20 minutes each week. Last week's the topic went a little bit longer. This week's is going to be pretty short. I'm just going to go over what I do on a weekly basis to organize my time, because I've tried a lot of stuff, guys. I'm sure you guys have done the same thing. I've tried all kinds of books, like Getting Things Done by David someone. I've got the book in my thing. I've tried this, I've tried that, I've tried writing in a notebook, I've tried lists, I've tried all kinds of stuff. And what I discovered and kind of melded into my own system this last year has been working really, really great for me. I'm going to share that with you guys. And if it resonates with you, if that works for you, awesome. Because I'm a really visual guy. I have to visually see the stuff, otherwise I forget about it, or it gets buried on a desk or something like that. And I'm going to show you what that is. And in the past, guys, I had always used, let me bounce out of here really quick, actually, a second here. Let me bounce out of here really quick. I'm just going to turn on my webcam just for a second before I dive in. Okay, a couple things to show you. Cool. So I'm here in the Carrot office. Let's see, give you a quick little 360 tour. This is my office. Jake's office is down the hall. A little basketball hoop there. I got the world door. But that whiteboard right there, guys, is what I'm going to show you here in a second. Okay, I'm going to show you that whiteboard. I'm going to show you how I use the whiteboard. I'm going to show you how the team uses the whiteboard. And even if you don't have a team, that's no big deal. In the past, this is what I used. I really swore by this in the past with managing my day, was this right here. So I've got this little book, this little booklet, okay? This is what I used before. If any of you guys want one of these, it's called a dream book. It's got a quote at the bottom. It's got a quote on every single one, like a little motivational quote. And then the way that I had in the past done this, and this works great for some people, is every day I was taking in my book, I put a line down the middle, okay? I put the date. On the left side, it was what I needed to get done. And on the right side, it was notes for the day. You know, I talked to someone and here's something I needed to do today, or here's a phone number, here's a call I need to make, stuff like that. The left side was my to-do, the right side was notes for the day. And it worked great, but the problem with it, guys, for me, the problem with this for me was that if I had a note in there, so for instance, I'm looking at this page right here. So let's say I had this note right here, okay, for the day. If I turn to the next page, I would never go back and look at that note. Okay, that was just my nature. I would never go back and look at the note. So if that note was important, I wouldn't look at it and get that thing done. It would fall through the cracks, and the call wouldn't be made, or the project wouldn't have gotten pushed forward. So I actually was at a mastermind last year, a mastermind that I put together. It's about 3 years old now. We've got about 12 really high achieving entrepreneurs. Some of them are investors, some of them are not. And we're actually having another one out in Florida. That's why I'm going to be out there. But I learned from one of my buddies there who hired a really high-end coach. This guy had sold a couple businesses for tens of millions, one for over $100 million. And this guy taught him how he manages his stuff. And it's the simplest thing in the world, guys. I've got a bunch of sticky notes here, okay? These are just a few of my sticky note pads. Let me, one second here. I've got stacks and stacks of sticky notes, okay? So if you're worried about your productivity plan and hurting the environment, this probably is not going to be the productivity plan for you, because for me, I'm a visual guy. I like colors. I like things I can physically write on right here, write an idea and stick it where it needs to go on the wall. That's where we're going to go. So let's go ahead and dive in here. I'm going to shut my camera off here really quick, and then we're just going to dive in, and I'm going to show you guys my productivity system. So as always, if there's anything that you have questions about, shoot them through the questions panel right there as we go throughout the mastermind. I'm going to be taking questions and open it up for Q&A at the end. And in this call, we usually go over what's new at Investor Carrot over the past week. You know what we're going to be creating here in the future. But honestly, this past week there haven't been a lot of exciting new product updates. Okay. It's just been a lot of things, cleaning things up, making things simpler for you guys. We've squashed a couple bugs. Those of you who have tried to put in your Facebook like box in the side of your website, it always worked, but there was one step that was a little bit confusing for some people, so we fixed that and made it better. And we actually have pushed forward that Craigslist call that I mentioned to you last week, where one of our really successful members, Cindy Dumeyer, she's generating hundreds of Craigslist leads a month. I mean, a lot. And she's done 30 deals off of Craigslist in the past 6 months. We're putting together this training. And so this past week, we've moved that forward. We've got it put together. We're shooting the videos on it in about a week and a half. And we're hoping that we can get at least the first version up for you guys in about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. So that's crazy exciting for me, because a lot of people ask, they say, hey, I'm an Investor Carrot member. You know, search engine optimization is great. I want to learn it, or I want to have it done for me. I want that result. But what happens between the time that I sign up and the 1 month, 2 months, 5, 6 months, if you're in a competitive market, to where I rank really high and start to get traffic and leads from the SEO? And my answer is, you got to start marketing. You got to let people know it's there. And Craigslist is one of the best ways, if you know how to do it, to build a great cash buyer list and to get deals from it. And that's what we're going to show you in this Craigslist training in a few weeks. So, of course, I'm Trevor Mauch, founder of Investor Carrot. If you're new to Investor Carrot, welcome aboard. Like I said, I'm an investor and entrepreneur. We're actually closing on our most recent property. It's a rental property here in the next few weeks. And hit me up on LinkedIn, but I've generated a lot of leads online. Really passionate about entrepreneurs. So this office that you saw here, my office is a part of my 8,000 square foot entrepreneur co-workspace here in a small town called Roseburg. So we've got 13 offices in here. I think there's 8 or 9 different companies that work out of here now. We've got a boardroom, a bar, ping pong tables, kitchen, like all kinds of stuff. One of these days I'll actually physically walk around here and show you guys the place. But I live here in Roseburg because I love the outdoors. I love traveling, mountain biking. I love the rivers, and love hanging out with my beautiful wife and kids. And this right here is an announcement for y'all. I haven't let anyone online know about it. My wife and I are expecting another child. So
We're going to be insanely busy in September. That's when we're expecting our third child. We've got McKinley, who's 3.5, Colton, who's 1.5, and of course we've got the next one coming up. So we're excited, but of course that means a little bit less time, and that means this call that I'm going to be walking through is going to be even more important for myself because I'm going to have less time to really devote to my business, right? Because I'm going to have another family member, another child to care for, another person to dote on and love. And that to me, I don't take time out of my family. I take time out of work. Okay. And the way that you do that is by planning stuff better. I'm a kind of a guy. Honestly, I hate planning. I do it by necessity. Okay. I'm one of the most unorganized people. If I showed you my desk, what you're seeing behind, or what's behind this computer, it's a few stacks of paper, stuff I need to organize. Jen, my assistant, actually comes in and usually a couple times a month cleans up my office for me, which thank goodness for her. She keeps me as organized as I can, but still, we've still got to do the planning in our businesses. So when you sit down every day, what are you working on today that's getting you getting you closer to that goal? And here's a question that a buddy of mine, Rob, actually really successful investor, but also entrepreneur, and he really has a really balanced life where he does a ton of recreation. He's traveling all the time. He's always outdoors, always fishing, running, doing all kinds of stuff. And still, he runs a 7-figure business. And whenever him and I hop on the phone to talk about things, because he's kind of a mentor of mine, he always asks me the same question. Write this question down, guys. You need to take this question, put it on your desk or something like that. I'm going to bounce out of here again, and I'm just going to show you the little note card I have on my own desk with this question. So let's see if that's popping up here. There we go. So here's the note card right there. I'm going to tell you what it says, but take a little note card out, take something out and write it where you work so you're always reminded of this question. And this question, we call it the focusing question. Rob has the question, it's a little bit different, but essentially it's the same thing. So the question is, what is the one thing that I can do today, like right now today, such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Okay, the focusing question. What's the one thing I can do today that by doing it, everything else on my list will be easier or unnecessary? And a lot of us spend a lot of time doing things that honestly don't make things easier for us. And a lot of us do things that just kind of pile stuff on. One second. Okay, cool. Yeah, a lot of us just do things that pile stuff on the list, but it really doesn't get us closer to the end goal. And before I dive in and show you guys exactly what I do on my whiteboard and how I actually manage my week and my day, and this has literally saved me probably 5 to 10 hours a week just by doing this planning better, okay? And also it's made things more profitable. So I'm working less, but I'm also a lot more profitable by taking and leveraging this system. So before I do, guys, actually let's do this. So let me go to the next slide. So let me know this, guys. If you guys say yes to any of these, please put it in the questions panel, and let me know. Let me know the different things that are affecting you and getting done what you want to get done in your business and in your life that are holding you back. So are you feeling overwhelmed sometimes? I think this is something that we could all say yes to. So let me know, guys. So are you feeling overwhelmed? Do you feel overwhelmed during the day? What is the overwhelm coming from? Is it because you have so much stuff to do on your list? Is it because you're really not clear on what you need to do? Is it because you're just not really exactly sure where you're going? So then, of course, it's really tough to really clarify what you want to do. And our mastermind call from a few weeks ago, I walked through on really how to develop your mission and your core values. And if you have a tough time really defining what you need to do each day, that's probably step one, is you really need to pull back and go, okay, if I'm having a tough time defining what I need to do today to reach my goals, number one, I need to have goals. And make them crazy specific, guys, okay? Make them, I want to do 14 deals this year, and here's exactly how I'm going to do those deals. Okay, they're all going to be wholesales in this part of the town, okay? Or in this city, or in this county, or whatever it is. Be crazy specific. Because if you're not crazy specific, you're gonna be overwhelmed. I've gone through this. We all go through this all the time. Okay, it's something us as entrepreneurs. Um, no one is immune to this. Okay, it's just how you manage overwhelm. It's how you manage feeling unorganized that helps you climb out of there. Okay, so do you feel unorganized sometimes? That's me every day. Okay, it's for me. It's a constant effort to try to stay organized. And I'm running 2 different companies. I have a really small staff. We've got 6 people, 6 full-time people here in the office, and another 4 people that are part-time and or almost full-time that are helping with different things. Okay, like our search engine optimization service and some of that stuff. Some of those people, they're here in Oregon, they're just not in our office. But still, I've got to manage all these people, including my own schedule. And even if it's just managing yourself, the hardest person to manage, guys, is yourself. That, at least for me, managing other people, it can be difficult as well. But managing yourself is the hardest thing in the world. Okay, because we always try to self-sabotage ourselves. So, do you start things and don't finish them? I'm huge at that. And this thing on the whiteboard, I'm going to show you here in a second. That's how I have stopped not finishing things. Okay. And do your weeks or days go by without you feeling like you got anything important done? If that's the case, you're not alone. And shoot through the questions panel, guys. Let me know if you guys are feeling any of this stuff. Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel unorganized sometimes? Yeah, Betsy, awesome. So Betsy's saying, yeah, I have so many different personas, like on social media, where she's doing marketing for a lot of different people. That that sometimes she gets things crossed up. And Yolanda, yeah, Faith, feel overwhelmed almost every day. Too much to do. David, yes. Sarah, yes, yes, yes. A lot of people, guys. So this is something that, like I said, us as entrepreneurs, we have to go through this. It's not. Don't feel like it's just you. Okay, it's all of us, but it's how we manage things. So here's one of the first things that I learned. I learned this from a program. You can actually buy the book online if you wanted to. I have the book, but honestly, the book really didn't do it for me until I actually took the full program. So I'm just going to go to this thing. It's called Strategic Coach, and I was referred to this by probably a dozen really, really high achieving entrepreneurs that I know. They all said, number one, you need to get an assistant, even if you're making $1,000 a month. Find an assistant to take care of the bottom, 10% of stuff that's bogging you down. Even if it costs you $50 a month or $100 a month, and she's only working or he's only working 2 hours a month. Find an assistant who can help you get that stuff done that's bogging you down. And then number 2, they all said join Strategic Coach, and it's not cheap. I mean, I think it was $6,000 last year just for the program, and then plus another, you fly out to the location either in Chicago or Los Angeles once a quarter. So then we're talking flights and hotels and food, and we're talking around an $8,000 to $9,000 commitment that I had last year going through this program. But I can honestly say that it's the most powerful thing that I've gone through to help me manage my time better and help me think more strategically and in a more organized format as an entrepreneur. Okay, but they've got this book in here. You could go buy it. Like I said, if you want to, I think it's $20 or $30, and he's got a lot of great resources in here, guys. But it might be this one, the 20-day positive focus, I believe. 21-day positive focus. I believe this is it. Okay, you can see there it's $25. Not a big deal, but in here they talk about this concept that I'm going to go through called free focus and buffer days. Okay, so if you want to write these down, I totally don't expect you guys to know fully, and understand fully how you'll implement this in your life yet. I just want you to get the concept because, like I said, I knew about free focus and buffer days for a year or two before I actually understood it well enough for my own life to implement it this last year. But one thing that us as entrepreneurs have a really hard time doing is we have a hard time pulling away and actually giving ourselves free days. Some people are great at it, some people aren't, okay? And for me, it's so easy when you're running your own company. You don't have a boss saying, okay, check in at 9 o'clock and check out at 5 or whatever. Or if you do have a day job, then you're going into doing your real estate investing on the side. it's really hard to make sure that we're planning out free days to where we're not working towards just stuff that we enjoy to do, stuff that is fun, where we're totally unplugging for work. I'm talking totally unplugging, not reading any work-related magazines, any work-related books, not checking your work email, not taking work phone calls, not taking work meetings, not walking into the office. A free day is totally 100% disconnected from work. Okay, so for me, in my mind, before I actually started to implement this, it's really easy to get burnt out, guys. And the reason that people get burnt out, and the reason that people really get into productivity funks, is because they're not taking enough free days. And that might sound kind of backwards, because for me, I was thinking, well, shoot, I need to work more. I need to work more. That's why I'm not getting enough done, because I'm not working enough. So then I would just start working more and checking my email on weekends. And I even fell into the trap a year and a half ago where I was checking email at dinner with my family. It's just totally absorbing me. But once I made the decision to go, okay, pulling away and actually taking total free time off is going to help me be more productive, because when I come back from that free time, I'm rejuvenated. My mind now got away from work, and now I can be actually more focused on the work that I need to be doing, and I'll have more perspective on what I need to be doing. So that's one thing I would for sure suggest you guys do is take a minimum of 4, like minimum, guys, of 4 total free days a month. Okay, I take between 8 and 12 a month right now. So I'm talking weekends are totally off limits for me for work, unless it's this crazy circumstance where I didn't plan out my week better and I have to work in the weekend. But I haven't worked on a weekend for a long time. Okay, almost a year. And I don't do anything. I don't check work emails on a weekend either. Okay, we're talking, guys, like not even a Sunday night going and planning out your weekend Sunday night. That for me was one of the reasons this little notebook thing didn't work for me, was because I was planning my entire week out on Sunday, which means mentally I was shifting from an enjoyable weekend to work mode halfway through Sunday, so I could plan out that week. And then my Sunday was no longer a free day, because I was thinking about work for half the time, planning out my next week. So now I plan out my week in advance on Fridays. So before I leave the office on Friday, that's when I plan my week out. And I usually leave the office around noon or 1 on Friday, and I plan my week at 11 a.m. on Friday. Every day I say, okay, here's my main objective for next week. If I only got one thing accomplished next week, here's what I would want to get done. And then here's what I need to be doing each day. And then I schedule right in my calendar. I say, here's the day or the days that I'm going to be taking total free days next week or next month. I plan mine out a month in advance. Okay, so that way you're giving yourself permission to take total time off a week in advance, so you can plan for that time off. Okay, so that's number one, guys. Focus days are really where, focus and buffer days are really where things come together. Then I'm going to dive over to, okay, after you get your time organized, I'm going to show you the whiteboard and show you how I organize what I'm going to do when I'm actually working. So I work less but get more done. So now that we've got our rejuvenation happening, like I said, guys, I'm talking on your free days, you are not looking at work, thinking at work, reading about work, reading work emails. You're not planning for work. You're not doing any work-related things. You're out with your family. You're out in nature. You're doing stuff you like to do, okay? Not checking it at all, not even at night at 11 o'clock before you go to bed, okay? Because there's this mental thing that happens as soon as you do that. For hours, your mind is lost in work, even if it's like a subconscious thing, and you're not as rejuvenated, okay? So focus days now. Focus days are where you actually get the important money-making stuff done, okay? This is where you're getting the things done that, the number one, on a focus day, you're doing stuff that you enjoy, okay? It's in your, what's called your unique ability, and I learned this from Strategic Coach, and this changed my world last year. And I don't have enough time on this call to go over unique ability, but if people want to, I can do another mastermind call specifically on how to find and discover your unique ability, stuff that you're insanely great at, that you're passionate about. And think about this. This is the one thing that I'll give you on unique ability. What things in your work, do you feel more energized at when you're done doing them? So there's a lot of things, guys, that make us money in business, right? There's the marketing, there's doing this, doing that, that, talking to sellers, talking to buyers, whatever it is. But a lot of those things, we need to get them done because they make us money, but they drain us. Like, they drain our energy. We don't like doing them, but we do them because we know we have to. On the other hand, there's stuff that we really love to do, we're great at, and we feel fired up when we're done doing them, okay? And for me, the struggle, guys, with unique ability, like I said, I don't have enough time to go over it today because this is a huge topic, but the struggle for me was making a mindset shift that I could actually make more money doing the stuff that I was really great at and doing the stuff that I actually had insane passion for and that was fun. One of those things are these calls. Okay, so the mastermind calls, guys, the reason I keep on doing these things is because I love them. I feel more energized when I'm done with these calls and when I'm done with webinars and when I'm done talking to customers, because I love hearing your stories and I love being able to pass along what I've learned, okay? That's one of the things that I do on my focus days. Wednesdays for me, I usually pick 1 to 2 focus days a week. I can only really handle 1 day of true focus right now. I'm just all over the place. So most of my days during the week are buffer days. I'm going to explain to you what those mean here in a second. But I pick 1 true focus day a week, maybe 2 if I've got this big project. But right now, Wednesdays are my focus days. I'm hardly checking email, if any email on Wednesday. I only do the things that I enjoy. They're within my unique ability, and they lead, and I'm really great at them, and they lead to making money. So these mastermind calls, hopping on and doing case study calls with customers, planning out promotions, planning out marketing. I love that stuff. Okay, I hate the actual implementation of all that stuff. So the buffer days is where that stuff comes in. So buffer days are where it's stuff you need to get done. It could be cleaning your office. It could be if you don't enjoy planning out marketing, but you know it needs to be done, then that would happen on a buffer day. Buffer days when you're going to catch up your email. Buffer days when you're going to be planning out what you're going to be doing on your focus day or on your free days. Buffer days when you're going to be creating systems, unless you really love creating systems. But a buffer days where you're going to be creating systems for stuff. But here's the key, guys. If you plan out your free days where you do zero work related thinking or activities, and do at least 1 a week, please try to do at least 2 a week, okay? Literally no email on weekends or no email and stuff, okay? At the start, you're going to go, there's no way I can do that. But the thing is, when you start to plan your week out better and you know that you're not going to be doing any work-related things on those free days, then you're going to get those done during the week. And you're magically going to have all this time now on your hands to do what you want to do in life, which is why we're entrepreneurs. I think it's so easy for us to lose fact that we're entrepreneurs because we want to have freedom, right? We want to have freedom. We want to do things we want to do in life and do things we want to enjoy. And then we get so caught up in working that then we don't have the freedom where our business actually ties us down. And that's what we want to get away from, okay? And then try to schedule in 1 focus day a week where literally, like I said, it's not just focusing. It's doing the things that you love to do, that you feel passionate about, that you feel more energized when you're done doing these activities. If you really, really love talking to sellers and it energizes you when you're talking to sellers, schedule most of your meetings on those focus days, okay? If you really, really, really love educating people, plan out what you're going to do on those focus days and on educating people. Fit in all the other busy tasks on the other days during the week, okay? So like I said, guys, just take notes here. I think the biggest takeaway you can have from this page is start to schedule free days, okay? Don't worry about focus and buffer days right now if you don't understand them fully. Start to schedule free days. Do it today. Look at your schedule the next month and go, okay, these days, mark them on your calendar, are total free days, not looking at work, not doing anything, okay, except for what you want to do. So once you get your time kind of blocked and you're actually focusing on the stuff that you need to be focusing on and you plan out your week. So for me, like I said, on every Friday, I look at my week and I go, okay, Monday's going to be a buffer day. And here's kind of what I need to tackle Monday because here's the one objective I want to get done this week. Tuesday's going to be a buffer day and I need to get a couple things done then. Wednesday's going to be my focus day. So I have my mastermind call Wednesday. I need to finish this up. I meet with clients. So the client that I had right before this, it's scheduled on focus day because I love meeting with clients and talking marketing strategy. Okay, so that's when I try to schedule my stuff is all in that. So at the end of my focus days, guys, I'm so energized that I love writing articles on my focus days. Okay, and then all the other crap that you have to do in business, those fit into other days. So once you get your time blocked out, then this is really what is working for me now, guys, with managing my week. And I know I'm running overtime here, but let me bounce out really quick. Are you guys liking this so far? Okay, cool. Yeah, we have a lot of people that are marking in here that they want to learn more about unique ability. So I'm gonna do a training on unique ability. A lot of people are saying, yeah, what you're talking about right now describes me too. So let me know, guys. So awesome. A bunch of people saying you're liking this. I'm going to keep on going. We'll do Q&A, open Q&A after this. So after you've got your time blocked out, and like I said, you're blocking your time out, guys, is what's going to help you regain your sanity. Okay? That's what's going to help you regain passion for what you're doing if you're losing passion for it. Because the people who are getting burnt out, and I was in this, and I think I've been in, us as entrepreneurs, we go through cycles. And I've been through the burnout phase a couple times. And the way that you climb out of it is you take time off, and you have to schedule that time off so you enjoy life and really absorb what's around you. That's number one. Number two is, like I said, you've got to really know what you're good at, what you enjoy, and schedule that time in your week to do just the stuff that you love and enjoy. And then the rest of the days. So for me, this week I have 2.5. It's technically a free day is 24 hours. It's not. I'm taking a half a day. That's if you take a half a day off and go golfing, and the first half of the day is work. That's still considered a buffer day because your mind is still on work that day. Okay. Free day is totally 24-hour period where you're not thinking about any work. But so for me this week, I've got 2 free days. My wife and family, we're going to a wedding over at the Oregon coast. We're leaving Friday. So technically, since I'm working part of Friday, that's a buffer day. Monday is always a buffer day for me because there's no way I can start the week just diving into focus. I need to help plan stuff and answer emails from over the weekend. Tuesdays were a buffer day for me this week. And then today is my focus day. Okay, so once I know how I'm blocking my time, then it's a matter of going, okay, going back to that focusing question, what's the one thing I can do this week such that by doing it, everything else, as far as my goals, will be unnecessary. Then this is how I block out my specific week on what I do every day. Okay, so you can see my whiteboard here, guys. And who on here has a whiteboard? I'd be really curious. Awesome, Cindy. Who on here has a whiteboard? Let me know. Shoot through the question panel. Okay, so there's some whiteboards. David, a couple Davids in here. Okay, so I'd be curious, guys. Faith, Cindy. So I'd be curious, how do you guys use your whiteboard right now? What do you do with it? Because literally, this whiteboard you're seeing on the screen, I've had this for 3 years, and the first 2 years of using it, it was like a glorified notepad. Basically, I would draw out this big old marketing strategy, this big old goals or something like that, and I would never change it. So, and then I really couldn't use it. I couldn't erase stuff on there unless it was done. So then my whiteboard just turned into this big old notepad, right? So it was really ineffective. Okay, so awesome. Yeah, Faith just set one up a week ago, so she said this is timely. So here's the way that I use my whiteboard now, guys. In the past, like I said, I would use it how most other people use their whiteboard. I would, if we were strategizing on something, I would draw out the whole strategy on the whiteboard. But then the problem with that is you've got the strategy drawn out on the whiteboard. Now what happens to it? The strategy stays up there, and now you can't use your whiteboard for anything else. So then you've got this big old whiteboard with the strategy, and for me, the strategy would just turn stale because it's just sitting there, right? It's just sitting there, and there wasn't any action being taken on that whiteboard to delegate stuff, to make stuff happen. So what I did was, after hearing this from my buddy, the top half of this whiteboard is the strategy that guy who sold companies for tens and hundreds of millions of dollars, this is what he does, okay? He doesn't use all this high technology, nothing. He uses sticky notes. And for him, like I said, the top half is his system. The bottom half is what I built onto the system. So on your whiteboard, and try this out for a few weeks, guys, see if you like it. On your whiteboard, number one, if you want one of those carrots, if you want a carrot bud in the upper left, shoot through the questions panel your address, and we'll shoot you out a carrot. Okay, and then put it on your whiteboard and share it on Facebook. So shoot your address through the questions panel. If you want a carrot, we'll shoot you out a carrot. Little carrot bud. So draw a vertical line and then a horizontal line. You can see them on the picture. The vertical line, write urgency next to it. And then on the horizontal axis, write importance. Okay, so you can see how we're doing here. We're drawing like a 90-degree angle right there, right? So going up and down is urgency. Going left and right is importance. Okay. And so now, rather than writing your to-do list, your daily to-do list still needs to be in front of you every day on a piece of paper and in a notepad or whatever, because that's how you're going to tackle the day. But as far as looking at your projects and priorities and ideas, so I'm a big idea guy. I always come up with ideas, and ideas and things to implement, those are what overwhelm you. If you don't organize them well and get them out of your mind and on paper, then that's why your mind starts racing. And you can't shut it down. So whenever you come up with an idea, or let's say there's a project you want to have done, let's say you're creating a new mailing for motivated sellers, and you need to get the mailing done. Okay, you need to get it created. Take out a sticky note, and I color code mine. You guys don't have to color code yours. I do, but for me, my different colors mean different things. So when I look up at the board, I know pretty much just based on color what most of the stuff is that I need to tackle. So for me, orange is carrot. So orange is anything carrot related. And you can see with carrot, it's taking up most of my important stuff right now. So the carrot stuff is mostly in the right and upper right quadrant. And then down below, I'm going to go into this here in a second, but then down below, you see all those orange ones. That's stuff that we're actually physically working on or I've delegated. Okay, so that's all the orange stuff. And the dark purple ones for me is for the Loft, our entrepreneur co-workspace. The pink ones are personal, so I even have personal stuff up there. So it could be, plan out this party, or do this, or schedule my appointment with a personal trainer, or get a new bike or whatever, anything like that. Okay, this is not just business, guys. This is to manage you. So I color code them. And I bought a big old huge pack of sticky notes. They have all kinds of different colors at Staples for like $4. And then what you're going to do is whenever you write anything down on those, so now rather than writing your ideas in a journal, maybe write them in the journal, but then take out a sticky note and write it on the sticky note and then put it on that thing, okay? And the more urgent that thing is, so urgent, of course, means you need to get it done sooner rather than later, okay? The more urgent, the higher up it goes on the whiteboard. Okay, the less urgent, so it's just something that you want to get it done, but it doesn't need to get done today or next week or even this month. Then it's going to go further lower on the thing. Okay, and then on the other side, now we have importance. So how important is it that this thing gets done? Okay, so for me, like getting a bike, a new mountain bike, because it's getting close to mountain bike season. When it was December and November, getting a new mountain bike was way to the left for me. It was way to the left of the importance scale because it wasn't that important, right, at that time. And it wasn't that urgent either. But every single day when I come into the office, I look at these, I read every single one of them, and I rearrange them based on the current urgency and importance, because something that is not urgent today, it might be urgent next week. Right, so this is how you use the whiteboard effectively. You pick up the sticky note, you put it where it needs to go today. Okay, so now you're not erasing, you're not afraid to erase stuff, you're picking up and placing. Okay, and then, so just as a quick little thing, so anything in the bottom left is very non-important and non-urgent, but it still needs to get done, right? So for that, everything in the bottom left for me, guys, my assistant Jen, she comes in, and she takes everything that's in the bottom left and she does it. Okay, if you don't have an assistant, take it and just do those things and get them done with so they're off of it. Or what I would suggest is go to Craigslist or find someone in your family or find someone who just wants some odd and end work, pay them 10, 12, 15 bucks an hour to do these non-urgent, non-important things for you. Okay, that could be, that could be going, and maybe I guess, there's a lot of things that it could be. Let me go and look and see what, okay, so for me, the two things that are in that non-urgent, non-important thing, I took this picture today, are hang posters in the loft. So there's these posters that we bought for our offices here that we need to get on the wall. So that's not really urgent. It's not all that important. And then the other one is, one second. Okay, so then the other one is these welcome gifts for different levels of customers, and that's just not something we're ready to implement. Okay, but then the further up to the top right you go, those are the things that are very urgent and very important. Okay, so for you as the entrepreneur, you need to be organizing things by urgency and importance, and every single day look at it and go, okay, well, this one's not that important today, so I'm going to move it over this way. And then what you're focusing on, guys, is you're focusing mainly on the stuff that is in the top, is in the right half of this, okay, the stuff that's more important. And then, of course, each week you're mainly focusing on the things that are in the upper right half or upper right quadrant, so the things that are urgent and important. So for me, that worked great, but then still the thing that was missing for me, and this is going way over, but I hope you guys are enjoying this, because this if you're able to take control of your time, this can change your life, not just get a couple extra deals. So I'm going to keep on going with this, guys, if you don't mind. So for me, the missing piece with that was, okay, that's really cool. I like being able to have this quadrant where I can manage my urgency and importance, right? But still, the missing piece was, okay, let's say I'm going to do that thing, the thing that's one of those orange sticky notes over on the right. Let's say I'm going to do that. What do I do with the sticky note? Because I'm not that organized anyway. Do I take the sticky note and put it on my desk? If so, then it gets lost in the shuffle and I forget about it. Or let's say that someone on my team, or let's say that I delegate one of those things. Where do I put the sticky note? Do I just keep it there and clutter things up, or do I give them the sticky note? And then what was happening the first couple weeks that we did this was I would give that sticky note to Jen, my assistant, or someone on the team, and say, hey, let's dive into this task. They would take the sticky note, it would go on their desk. I wouldn't have a visual cue as to what the team was working on that I passed over to them, and then we would forget about it. So we were in the same boat as we were before. Like, I was really organized getting the things there, but then once I handed them off, it was this black hole where I didn't know where they were. So that's why I created the part at the bottom where I put my different team members. If it's just you, awesome. It's just you. Just put you down there and put, Martha, and then delegated. So you've got you and then delegated, and that's it. Okay, but if you have a team, put all of your team members down there. And whenever, each week for our company meetings, we go over this and go, okay, Aaron, you nailed this off, you got that done. So when a project physically gets done, then the sticky note gets taken off the board and thrown away. That's how it gets taken off the board. It has to physically get done by the person. Okay. But as soon as I'm going to do something, I take it off the top, I put it into my own thing, and now that right there is my plan for the week, okay? And then if I need to delegate something, I take it and put it over in the delegated side. I delegate it, and I keep it there so I can visually see that I have to check up and make sure that was done, okay? So anyway, guys, let me bounce back, and does this little format make sense to people? Awesome, Faith. Faith said, keep talking, this is awesome. David said, this is worth the extra time. Yeah, so Dan, awesome question, man. So Dan says, so, because I know, Dan, you've got a team, I believe, right? So Dan says, who is holding you accountable for all this stuff? I find that if I do the same thing in Google Calendar and add my accountability partner to the event, I get stuff done because I know I have people watching. Dan, you're right on, man. You are dead on, because for me, like I said, I've tried so many different things to make my time more effective. This is what works for me, because I'm a really visual guy, and the people who are holding me accountable are here in my office. Okay, so just part of our thing is that we look at the whiteboard every day. So that's the way that I'm held accountable and the team is held accountable. Okay, we also do use Google Calendar for stuff, but mainly for Google Calendar for me. Unless it's an appointment, like I would put stuff in my calendar, in my Google Calendar, and this is just the way that I work. I would put stuff in my Google Calendar, and unless it was a physical appointment that I had to get on the phone with someone, if it was just saying I'm going to do this at 11 o'clock today, a task, I wouldn't do it. Like I just would not do it. Okay, because I just wouldn't look at my calendar that day or whatever it is. I just wouldn't do it. But for me, this is what works. And then the way that our team takes it and runs with it after this, just so you guys can know, because this you guys won't need to go this far if you don't have a team. But even if you have like 2 people, we use a software called Asana, Asana. If you're a solo entrepreneur, guys, or if you're, well, let's see, I'm just going to go to, and so you can see we've got a lot of stuff right there. But if you're a solo entrepreneur, or it's just you and one other person, you don't need a project management thing. Maybe just the calendar will work. But of course, for us, Asana is a great place to house our projects. So for us, as soon as a project gets taken off of this top half and gets put down here, then that gets put into Asana, because that means now we're working on it. We're getting to work. We're getting stuff done. Okay. Because then in Asana, we can make notes on the project. We can collaborate on the project, stuff like that. But yeah, Dan, I mean, you're dead on. So that's the whole thing there's a reason there's like 1,000 productivity books out there, right? Because something that works great for me does not work great for the next person. And that's the cool thing about productivity. You gotta find stuff that works for you. Test stuff out. Test it out for a month, a week, whatever. And if it works for you, awesome. But for me, for sure, for entrepreneurs, everyone needs to be doing what I mentioned here. Everyone needs to be doing this stuff where we're talking about free days, focus days, and buffer days. At a minimum, guys, everyone needs to be doing free days better, okay? Because that's why we're entrepreneurs, so we can work less. And working less means taking total disconnected time. You're not connected to work at all whatsoever. No email, no phone calls, no nothing. Just enjoying life. And that, if everyone on this call took that one step this week, you would, and you keep doing it, you'll feel so much more rejuvenated. You will be more productive as a result of only that step. So let me dive into questions some more. Yeah, Betsy's saying I love the visual aspect of seeing everything right there. That's the way that I am too, because like I said, if I had it in a notebook and let's say I turned the page to do tomorrow's notes, I wouldn't get it done because the page is turned. I wouldn't be looking at it. But for me, having the visual of the whiteboard up there, that reminds me every single day when I walk in the office. Here's exactly the priorities for our company. And like I said, the biggie for me, guys, is when I think of something now, I'll be in a meeting with my team, or I've got sticky notes in my truck. I'll be in a meeting with my team, and my team will see me sitting there writing sticky notes and putting them on my desk, like as I'm sitting there. Okay. Because that's the way that I just manage stuff now. It just works. And as proof, I'll show you. Let me show you my desk really quick. Okay. So once again, I'm not that organized. Bookshelf, got to read a bunch of books all the time. But here's my desk right now. Okay, I got my water there. Sticky notes, stuff I need to file today. But these sticky notes are ones that I wrote down today. That are going up on the board here after this call. Okay, and it just works great for me. So let me go back over here. Okay, so let me go through questions now, guys. I can take questions on this. I can take questions on the system, open Q&A on strategy, on leads, on traffic generation, on life, on mountain biking, on whatever you want. So I'm just going to answer these questions over here right now. So Betsy's saying, so under recurring, would a green sticky reminder to pay payroll on payroll taxes? Yes. So under recurring, that's something that my assistant Jen added, because those recurring tasks were things that she needs to get done. But we were looking at it going, well, this doesn't make sense to have this on your column all the time, because it's just something you do like once a month or once a quarter. So then she created the recurring. So yeah, we have monthly, quarterly, annual, stuff like that. Payroll reports, tax prep. On a monthly basis, we have our entrepreneur meetups. So that's in her monthly, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, Betsy, the thing is, take this as a template and then adjust it to what works for you guys. Because like I said, the guy who was the $100 million guy, his template was just the top half, right? And that worked great for him. I tried it; it didn't work great because for me there was a missing piece. It was after we take it off of here, what do we do with it? So then I melded it into something that worked great for me. So just find what works good for you. So Martha says, you put the sticky notes on Fridays after planning out the following week. No, Martha. So I put the sticky notes up as I write stuff down. So every day. So these ones I wrote down today. Like there's a question that came in right here on the call. And this is something we've just been totally crazy busy, and it's my fault. I've kind of overpromised when we were going to get this out, but our bird dog stuff, right? So Darren's been asking for it for like a month, and I told him probably a month or two ago it's coming out. But we had a few things that were more important. But I wrote down the bird dog system wrap up because we've got it 90% done. I just need to finish some stuff. So on this call, I wrote that down. After the call, it's going up into the upper right quadrant today. So I put them in as I'm going throughout the day. So Sarah says, so what is your color code and what is the yellow, purple? So just kind of recapping that once again. The color code, let me see guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. I'm just gonna take you over to my whiteboard. And I'll show you. There's a picture, here's a picture that my two little kids made for me for Christmas. Okay. So I'm at the whiteboard, guys. For those of you who just requested Carrot Bud, that's what he's going to look like. So right there, so we've got hang loft pictures, welcome stuff, yellow. So the yellow right now, actually someone else on my team put the yellow there, and that should be orange. So for me, the yellow is personal stuff. You can see here, like these should be yellow, that should be orange. These ones should be yellow. But for me, yellow is personal stuff. So that could be I need to do something. Purple is loft related stuff. Okay, so that's my entrepreneur co-workspace. Orange is carrot. And pink, I'm not sure what pink is. I'm looking at it and honestly it doesn't look any different than the orange one. So I think part of the issue there was we have multiple people, like in our team meetings, other people are writing sticky notes and they're just not using the right colors. But yeah, Sarah, just kind of come up with the ones that work for you. So one second here. Okay. So yeah, just find the ones that work for you and just kind of block them out. Say, hey, here's the 2 blocks, or here's the 3 blocks in my life. I've got my life, I've got this business, I've got this business, and I've got this thing. And just color code them any way you want. That's the beauty, guys. Like everything I'm teaching you, this is not going to work at all for some people. Okay, so just change it up to fit what you like to do. So David says, how did you get the really old stuff off the whiteboard when you went to this new system? I might need a new one. So honestly, David, what I did was I mentally cleansed. I like had this mental cleansing day. Okay, I went through all of my notes. I went through all of my whiteboard. I went through everything at the start of when I did this. Basically, I was planning. That was when I really did my planning for that next quarter, the next month. I do quarterly planning, because if you only do annual planning, guys, think about this. So think about this. How much time do people spend, like if you're going to go on a trip, okay, let's say you're going to take the family to Disneyland, or you're going to go to Europe or something like that. How much time does the average person spend planning out their trip? It's a lot. Like the average person is probably going to spend 4, 5, 6, 10, 12 hours or multiple days planning out a trip, right? But for some reason, we don't take that same amount of time to plan out our lives and to plan out our quarters and our months and our years, right? So rather than doing annual planning, that's great. Doing annual planning, we all need to do it to know, okay, what are we going to tackle this year? what at the end of the year, if I look back, would I have had to have achieved in order to be happy with the year? But if you're not every quarter refreshing that vision and refreshing what you need to get done the next quarter and refreshing what you did great last quarter, what you need to fix, just doing the annual planning is not going to do almost any good. So I do quarterly planning. So annual planning first on my overall vision for the year. What do I want to get done? What impacts do I want to make, stuff like that. Then every quarter I write out, what do I need to get done this quarter to make that happen this year? And then every month I just do it really quick. I mean, it takes 2 minutes, guys. Every month it's like, okay, what do I need to do this month to achieve the goals this quarter? And then every week it's like, okay, here's my goal for the month. What do I need to get done this week to help me get closer to that goal? And like I said, this takes 2 minutes. It's not like this big a long thing. So yeah, Joe, awesome, man. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. So Joe, let's connect, man. So Joe says, thanks, Trevor. Signed up last week. 3 motivated seller leads from a $40 Facebook ad. 2 appointments to see them Saturday. So far, so good. Thanks. Let's connect, Joe. I want to talk with you for sure. And I'm sure everyone who just heard that wants to learn what you did as well. So I'd love to connect. 1 second. Wait as I write a sticky note. Sticky note, Joe Clancy. Cool. Thanks for coming, Joe. Yeah, so David, the last week's mastermind call is uploaded. If you guys wanted to see last week's mastermind call, it's uploaded. I just don't think we've put it on the website yet, but it's on our YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com and then search On Carrot, ONCARROT, you'll see it there. We'll get it up on the website here in the next hour. Yeah, exactly. Dan's got a great quote here, guys. So Dan Cochran, he's out east, a really high achieving guy. So Dan says, I think about taking action. I can't even read right now. I think it's all about taking action. And a continuous improvement business model. Perfection breeds failure, but activity breeds opportunities. Awesome distinction, Dan. So here's a quote that I heard. I heard it years ago, but I reheard it last night, and I might kind of butcher it a little bit, but basically there's a huge difference between people who are successful, and you can define your own success definition, but there's a difference between people who are successful and doers versus those who aren't successful yet. And one of the big differences is that successful people take imperfect action. Write that down. Successful people take imperfect action. Unsuccessful people, and that's not a label. Like anyone who's unsuccessful can flip that around. Like today, you can make that decision, put these things into your life and flip it around to reach your version of success. But unsuccessful people continuously plan about taking action. Okay, so successful people take imperfect action. Unsuccessful people continually they perfectly plan to take action. If you're in that mode where you're always you've got your plan set and you've got your plan just dead on and you've got your plan to take action, you haven't taken the action yet, start taking imperfect action. It does not have to be perfect. Okay, Carrot, when we rolled out Carrot, guys, what you see now, Carrot was a fraction of what it was. So all of you who have been Carrot members from the beginning, you know how much it's improved. But if we would have waited until it was perfect, we never would have put it out. We wouldn't be making the impact on people's lives that we're now making. Okay, imperfect action. Okay, yeah, Ken, it's recorded, and I've been delayed on getting the recordings up, and this was one of the things that was on my whiteboard on the sticky note. It was, hey, create system for automating getting recordings online, because I was recording it myself, and then I'm so busy I would just go, I'm not going to send this to Jen, my system. I'll just do it myself and get it online. Then it would be delayed. So now I have a system. Recordings go to Jen. We get them up the next day. Okay. So now moving forward, yes, the recordings will be up within a day or two of our masterminds. We have last week's online, and this one should be online tomorrow or Friday. Yeah, so Paul, great question. If you want to use Carrot for an affiliate marketing program, do you have training for that? So yes, the question to that is yes, I've got a training. I've been planning for a little while. Same thing got delayed because a few things popped up with Carrot that we had to take care of, and this property that I'm closing on. But I've got the whole affiliate marketing training. I call it $0 to $500 a month with affiliate marketing. I've got the whole thing mapped out. Most of it's on Keynote slides, and I plan to do that next week. I was hoping to do it this week. That's what I said in last week's call, but I really am going to push to get that done next week, so people can learn how to do affiliate marketing effectively to add to your income stream and to help people. So yeah, David. So just kind of to answer your question fully, when I was talking about that mental cleanse, when I was going, and that's how I got in the tangent about planning. But when I was doing my planning, I said, you know what? I'm just going to totally, literally wipe the board clean, and I'm going to start from scratch. Because sometimes it's best to start from scratch, because it's this cleansing. Like the stuff that really isn't important then falls to the side, and oftentimes when you rebuild that thing that you erased from the whiteboard, it gets better because you've had more time to think about it, more time to think it over. So, dude, if you've got stuff on the whiteboard, take a picture of it. So number one, take a picture of it with your phone, so you've got it there as record, because that's what I would do there, and then erase it. Just get rid of it, okay? And then now you've got the picture on your phone. You can email it to yourself or whatever. So if you need to go back and refer to that, you've got it. But get rid of it, do a cleanse, and start from scratch. Faith asks how much the Asana costs. That's the project management tool we're using. Honestly, I don't know, Faith. I think we're paying about $20 a month for it, is all. Martha says, I'm going to put up a whiteboard. And the cool thing, Martha, is you don't even need the whiteboard. Like, you just need a wall. You just need a wall that you can put sticky notes on. So you don't have to spend the $100 or $200 on getting a whiteboard. You can just get a wall and get some removable tape, that's not going to mess up your wall. Put one line vertical, one line, or a window. I've seen people do this on a window, and you can just do the same thing on a window. But a vertical line that says, that you'll know is urgency, a horizontal line that's important, and start doing it on the wall. And that way, no one has the whiteboard, holding you up from using this. But then when you get a whiteboard, go for it. Okay. Yeah, so Brian, great thing. So Brian says you should look into Simpleology to use the projects module and daily tracking. Man, I joined Simpleology.com way back in 2007, like way back when. Might have been 2008, but it was 2007 or 2008. And I loved it. For me, there were certain things I loved, certain things I didn't. For me, like I said, I don't know. If I store that important stuff on the internet and I have to log into something, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to look at it. For me, I've got to have it here in my office. It's got to be in my office for my daily to-dos. It's got to be in my hand in a book. That's just the way that I work. And some people can be really disciplined logging into something and looking at their email reminders from the system to do it. But for me, it just didn't work. But I know a lot of people who love Simpleology. So awesome thing. Cool, guys. I got a ton of carrot requests. We'll get a bunch of carrot buds out. Give us a couple weeks on that stuff, guys. Now, what you need to do? So what you need to do in exchange for the carrot, okay, is you need to take a picture with the carrot somewhere. Okay, so this is the favor in return you can give to us. Take a picture of the carrot somewhere. It could be on your desk. It could be, actually, let me show you. I'll give you a little template on what to do. Okay, so take a picture of the carrot somewhere with your phone or whatever, and upload it to Facebook and tag us with it. So you could tag me personally with it, or you could tag Carrot, our thing. There's my floor. I just got done tiling our bathroom floor. So let me go down. Okay, so right there. So here's a customer, Rob Russell, snapped a picture well, that's not Rob's. This is Craig's. So Craig Isom. I'm not sure if you're on, Craig. So Craig snapped a picture of his carrot on his computer, and yeah, so he mentioned that. It's just kind of fun. So Rob Russell snapped a picture of his carrot on his computer. He's talking about carrot and stuff like that. So just snap a picture of it and tag us to it. It'd be really cool. I'd love to see what you're gonna do with your carrot. All right, because you can't just let it sit there. The carrot's got to do something for you. Okay, I'm just gonna go through questions here, guys. David, the carrot sticker, where does it go on the board priority? As far as sending out the carrots, that one's going straight into Jen's column. So I'm delegating that one right away. I'm not even putting that in the priority column. That's right away getting put on here and going into Jen's column. So that's how I use it. If it's something that I'm going to delegate right away, I just delegate it right away. No reason to confuse it with stuff. I know you're kidding, man. Yeah, so Ken's asking, is there any trainings on how to use carrot to find seller leads? Ken, we've got a couple things coming out, and then also we do have one thing that is out. This is more on the SEO side of things and leveraging search stuff. So a lot of you on this call already have this training. Some of you don't. But the people who we've done in our case studies who are seeing the most success, Cindy Dumeyer, Brittany Bowling, Adrian Nez, like a bunch of people, they all have this. It's called the 3 lead per day training. It's only $100. You can buy it inside of your account. Just log into your account, scroll down to the bottom. It's in the left. It says trainings. And when we get the Craigslist training done, it's going to go in the trainings area as well. And some of these trainings will be free. A lot of these more premium ones will be paid because we've got to be able to recoup our investment in creating the training and stuff like that. And they're high value, and honestly, people value things that they pay for a little bit more. So we're setting very fair prices on them, and that way people will actually take them serious and get them to work. So this one's called the 3 lead per day training, and a lot of people are using this to get seller leads. So they're using this to get ranked well in Google. We're actually going through and implementing the SEO side of things because we do have a search engine optimization service now that's working great. We take on a limited number of clients per month. And one second. So as an example, a client of ours, Jeff, out of Birmingham, we've gone through here and you can see right there. Actually, let me. So right here, sell my Birmingham home fast. He was ranked on page 4 or 5 before we started doing his search engine optimization. And the SEO that we're doing, it's the same stuff that's in here already. So it's this module, keywords, and SEO control. Okay, so that's the stuff that we're doing for our SEO clients. Just these 3, okay? Just these 3 things. He went from page 4 to now he's the number 2 website there in that search. For Sell My Birmingham Home Fast. This is within 2 months. Honestly, we can't guarantee it's going to happen in 2 months because sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes we can't get you to the top at all. But with the caveat to that, we haven't had one SEO client yet that has not gotten ranked in the top 3 for the main search terms that we're focusing on. So, but we can't guarantee it. I'm just going to type this one in. So it's showing him there, but honestly, I think I need to go in incognito mode. 1 second here. I always forget how to do this. Does anyone on here remember how to? There we go, incognito window. What an incognito window is, guys, is it takes like logs you out basically of any accounts you have. So here's a really cool thing. So on a mastermind call I did 3 weeks ago. One of our members out of Seattle said, hey, Trevor, I'm ranked like number 2 in Google for We Buy Houses Seattle, but I'm not getting any leads. And of course, we dove in on the mastermind call, looked at the situation, and when I Googled it, he of course was not on page 1 or page 2 for that search phrase. He needs to do some more work to get it there. But when he would Google it, then it would show up as like number 1 or number 2. And when we looked into it, we found out. So the same reason that this website here, Sell My Birmingham Home Fast, our client's website, out of Birmingham. Same reason he's ranked number 2 right there for We Buy Houses Birmingham, Alabama. And then when I go over here, because we just, we just started trying to rank for this one. When I go over here, he's not ranked there. It's because I Google Plused it. Okay, so if you see this right here, where you see your website ranked really high for one of your keyword phrases, but you think you're not getting leads, and you're wondering why, if it shows that you +ed it, Google now is smart enough to know where whenever you +1 a website, click the little Google Plus deal, it actually changes its searches and delivers you searches based on your activity. So because I +1 to this site, it's showing up high for me. So that is another potential important reason to get your cash buyers and people like that to maybe potentially Google Plus your site, because it'll show up higher in their search rankings. I'm trying to find that browser again. Here we go. But when I go here, it's not in there. But right here, you can see he is on page 1 for that search phrase. So it's climbing. He was on page 4 about a month and a half ago. I'm not sure where he is here. But long story short, to answer your question, Ken, that's one way to find seller leads, is use our system, leverage the search engine optimization capabilities with it. The 3 lead per day system walks you through exactly what we do, and plus a lot more. So we have a lot of people like Cindy Dumeyer. If you go, We Buy Houses, Quakertown, which is one of the areas that she works in. You can see her Carrot website's ranked number 1 because she's gone through and done some of the SEO. And it's not a lot of work to get it here. She's followed a few steps. And then this is her video. So in this training, that's what she applied there, was the video domination to get there. Okay. So that for me is one of the most important things you can do long term. In the short term, we're coming out with training, like I said, the Craigslist training. Cindy, this client that I just showed you right here, she's closed about 30 deals just off of Craigslist in the past 6 months. She uses Craigslist to get buyers, sellers, and tenants. And I'm going to chat with other customers who are having success with other things. Facebook. We have people who are using direct mail, driving people to them. So lots of different things. Yeah, Jack, so let me check it out. Jack asked the question, can you check the backlinks for my website? Let's see. And I'm going to show you guys a tool. I showed people last time this tool. Let's see if I've got it going here. Where are you at here? For some reason, it's not showing up for me here. But I've got this tool that usually comes up here in my search bar. That's not it either. Let me get out of here. I think it's this one. There we go. So I need to show the Moz bar. Okay. So if you guys want to get the same tool that I've got, it's called the Moz bar. So you can go to Google and type up M-O-Z bar, okay, for Chrome or whatever you're using. Go download it. It's free. And this is one quick way that like anytime a customer or anytime I'm looking at my own websites too, if I'm going to do some quick research to find out a bit about the people who are ranking in Google where I want to rank for, I pull up my little Moz bar tool, okay, and you can see it's loading the data. For some reason, it's a little slow. Let me refresh this to see if it picks it up here. Something's going on with the old Moz bar. Anyway, this is yours, right, Jack? Okay, cool. So Jack's, that's you. I'm pretty sure that's you. Let me see. Yeah. So Jack, guys, actually switched his home page to be a lead page. So this is a Carrot website. You can see we're on his home page. And with the click of a mouse, you can change your home page to be a lead page. And I would be really, really curious, Jack, to see how this performs for you. If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and we can set up a split test with you and just see what the conversion rates are. One really, really interesting thing, guys. I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to show you guys this. We're going to announce this here in a few weeks once we get more data. But this right here, let me see if it changed at all. Okay. So this right here, guys, is on one of our clients' rent-to-own websites. Okay. So she's driving a lot of traffic through Craigslist, and we've tested a few different versions. And right now, one of the versions is performing quite a bit higher. So you can see there's the control. So the normal version of your rent-to-own websites is converting at on her site about 25 to 20, about 26%. We do have some other customers who's just converting 30 to 40% just on the homepage, but it really depends on how you're marketing it and the volume of marketing you're doing. Cindy does a lot of Craigslist marketing. We're going to teach you how to do this in the Craigslist training here in a few weeks. That will be a paid premium training. It'll be $100, so it's going to be so worth it. But this one right here is converting at 35%. You guys want to know the one change that we did here to boost conversions by 10%? We're talking for every 100 people who land on your site, this is an extra 10 leads. Okay. Yeah. So here it is, guys. What we're doing is this happened by accident. Okay, we actually had a technical snafu where I think it was. So Cindy, I think you're on this call. I can't remember if it was a technical snafu where the homepage just wasn't showing the right thing, or if you guys said it that way. But either way, that's converting better. So right now, guys, she's just driving people to this blog post, straight from Craigslist to this blog post. Okay, and on the blog post, there's a little thing there, where they can opt in. Then down here, there's the full thing down there. And it's totally counterintuitive, of course, but then when you think about it, think about how people are coming from Craigslist. People are coming from Craigslist. It's a very, very minimalist website. And what I mean by that is there's not a lot of design there. It's not fancy, right? So they like it. That's why they're on Craigslist. And people coming from Craigslist usually are looking for deals. They're looking for, stuff like that, more personal stuff. You're coming to Craigslist to work with individual people who are buying or selling or trading stuff. You're not going there usually so you can work with a company. So by default, people are going to, on the rent-to-own websites, by default, people are going to, come on, it's taking a little bit of time. 1 second here. And it's just taking some time. By default, people go to the home page, which does have its nice, clean design. It's not too fancy, but it's clean. But then when people are landing on this blog post, so far they're converting higher. So that's another benefit of being with Carrot, that we're continually working with clients. We're testing stuff. Then as we find things that work better, we build them into the system and let you know. And Jack, I'd be really curious to see how this works for you, and we can work with you to test it if you're getting traffic to it. Okay. Anyway, let me get back to checking your backlink stuff here, Jack. So I can do the link data thing right here. Yeah, for some reason it's showing that. So this tool is it's saying there's 0 links, but if you place new links from last week to this week, it might take a week or two for Google and these tools to really grab it and recognize it. So right now it's not showing any backlinks there, but if you've got backlinks, obviously they're there. Sometimes it takes some time. Paul's saying, where is Cindy posting in Craigslist? Honestly, that's something that it'll be a lot simpler just to show you guys in the training, because she doesn't just post in one place. She posts in a lot of different places. So that's something that Cindy will be sharing in the training. And like I said, the training will be $100, but it's going to be so worth it. You're going to get ads that Cindy actually uses. You're going to get the exact strategy she uses, how to find buyers, sellers, the mindsets buyers and sellers are in. I mean, Cindy is crushing on Craigslist right now. So Jim, good question, Jim. So Jim's saying, what is a backlink and how do you set it up? So our 3 lead per day training really goes into this in more detail. But if you're not a search engine optimization person, this does walk through the very basics of SEO first for anyone to understand. Then we go up to advanced. Okay. So in here in SEO control, in the SEO control module, and like I said, guys, you can buy this inside of your account if you don't already have it. Invest in it in there. Go to your account, scroll down to the bottom. You'll see a thing that says trainings. 3 lead per day, and then you can invest in it there. You get access to all this stuff, and we're going to be adding more stuff to it. But down here, these two modules right here, 11 and 12, teach you what backlinks are and how to build them. But in really simple terms, Jim, all a backlink is a link from one website to another. Okay, so let's say that you found a real estate agent that has a blog in your area, and you comment on one of their blog posts. And when you can leave a comment on a blog, usually the system lets you put in your website address in there. Okay, and that makes a link to your website. Or if I was going to talk about your company, I would link to your website, and that's a backlink. Okay, but you can get links from all kinds of websites, and the reason they're important is when all other things are equal. So if your website is optimized well for the certain keywords you want to rank for, and so is your competitors, then it starts looking at other things, and links to your website, Google kind of considers them votes, right? So they're figuring if someone is linking from their website to yours, they're kind of giving a thumbs up that your website's good. So that's why they work well. But yeah, it's all in that training. It explains it a lot better. Okay, cool. Awesome comments, guys. Tons of comments on here. So I'm scrolling through and people are like, this is great stuff, changing my world, awesome stuff. Okay. David, mental and physical cleanse. We'll cleanse your whiteboard now. Yeah, David, for sure. So David says, is there an easy way to get the carrot banner ads on my buyer site? Yeah, man. So what's your buyer site? I'll do it for you right now. I'll show other people how to do it. What is your buyer site? What's your domain? I think it's Denver Premier Properties or something, right? Denver Premier Home Buyers. Okay, it's the wrong one then. And by the way, David, obviously we've already got started on your SEO. Since you, of course, joined our Done For You SEO program, we've already got started on that. So I'm going to be really curious, and it's going to be fun seeing any traction, what happens with that. Okay, so, okay, cool. What happened to your logo? That's weird. For some reason, did you change something on your logo? Yeah, it looks like potentially. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, is give me a second here. Okay, cool. Okay, so 1 second here. Close your eyes. Do you already have an affiliate program? Do you already have an affiliate account with this, David? Okay. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go in. This isn't something that you would see. Okay, I'm logging into our software that actually manages our stuff. So this isn't something that you see. But here's David Gwynn's deal. So if you've already signed up as an affiliate, you already have a login to an area that looks like this for you. Okay, so when you log in, and then if you want to get some banner ads, all you got to do is go over here to banners. Okay, and are there certain ones you want, David? Do you want one pointing to our lead page opt-in thing, or just to our Carrot home page, or do you want one pointing to the SEO Bible? Okay, let's go ahead and do the SEO Bible. Okay, and we'll do this square one. So just go right here. So who's driving the traffic? So that's you, of course. We're pointing toward the SEO Bible. So that's where people are going to go. And then I'm just going to go ahead and go down here, SEO Bible, click Generate Banner. Okay, so then it shows me what their banner looks like. And then all I have to do is just grab this code. Okay, so I'm grabbing the code. So I'm doing that, copy, and I'm just going to log into your account here if you don't mind. And then once I'm in here, let's go ahead and go over to Appearance and Sidebar. Okay, and then what we're going to do is you can do it in a couple different ways. This is the way that I would suggest. Just grab this box that says text. Okay, grab that one and drag it up here to wherever you want it to go on your sidebar. I'm just going to put it there at the bottom, and then you just paste that code in there and click Save. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up your site again. And when you refresh, it should go in there now. Let's see. It should be in there for some reason on my browser. I've had the weirdest time, like actually trying to get things to update in my browser. It keeps on bringing in old versions. So I just did it, David. So it's in there for you. I mean, you can see, guys and gals, it took 90 seconds. And then that way, whenever people click that banner, it should show up for you guys. But from my end, it just hasn't done it yet. But when people click that banner, it's going to take them through, David's affiliate link, and then he'll get credit. He'll get a commission when people do it. And we would highly suggest building with your cash buyer list that you guys do offer your cash buyers services that you think are great that can help them grow their business. So if they need a website, offer them Carrot websites if you like our system. If they need something else, join the affiliate program, offer them, say, hey, here's what I use in my business. And if they go and click it and sign up, then you get a commission on it. And that's just another great way to earn recurring revenue from your real estate investment activities. Yeah, so Dan's saying, did I miss what happened with Kyle and GoDaddy? Yeah, man, so I announced it last week, and he didn't win. He got second place. The dude who won was he's the world's #1 competitive eater, which is crazy. He's the world's #1 independent competitive eater, so he's not sponsored by Nathan's Hot Dogs or anything. But that dude won, but Kyle got a ton of press, and yeah, we appreciate the heck out of everyone supporting Kyle. But the good news on that is Kyle's still full-time with the Carrot team, and he is actually taking over our partner program. Okay, so our affiliate program, Kyle is going to be the main guy now that you're going to hear from, that you're going to work with to help you earn more revenue with affiliate marketing if you guys want to do that. So that's going to be one of the things that Kyle's going to be dedicated to doing now. Okay. I'm just going through questions here, guys. Bunch of stuff from the start. I feel overwhelmed every day. What you're describing of you, Trevor, sounds like me. And I've got a bunch of Carrot requests. So we've got that. Okay. Yeah, Faith. So Faith says, I got my whiteboard because of a learning method for using a whiteboard similar to yours, but maybe even better. Yeah, let's chat about it. I'd love to hear about it, Faith. If you can hit me with an email, Trevor@oncarrot.com. Let's connect because I'm always open for learning new things for sure. Okay, awesome question, Leon. So Leon says strategy question. So focusing on building a buyer's list, wholesalers and rent-to-own buyers, will Callfire, which Callfire is a system that I mentioned in one of our mastermind calls recently. And there are other systems that do this as well. But he said, will Callfire, with Callfire, should I use different phone numbers for each of my websites? He doesn't want to use a cell phone, only after they opt in. So what we're talking about here, guys, is on your websites, if you want to track where your leads are coming from. So let's say you're doing a postcard campaign that has a phone number on it, and you're doing online marketing too, and your website has a phone number on it, and you're getting phone calls, right? So if you're getting phone calls, you want to know where those phone calls came from. Is Is it the postcards that are working, or is it the websites that's working, or is it both? So with a system like CallFire, you can come in here, you can get a phone number. So they'll give you a local phone number. The prices are cheaper than this even. So you can see right there, you can get phone numbers of $3, so $3 a month, I believe, and then it's only 5 cents a minute. Okay, so you can do that. You don't have to pay a lot of money right there. $3 a month for a phone number, and then 5 cents a minute when people are calling in. That when you pick up and talk to them. So you get one phone number for your website and one phone number for your postcards. Okay, so that way inside of CallFire, it tracks things and it gives you reports, and it'll tell you 14 calls to this number, so if that was a website phone call or not. So Leon, it's up to you whether you want to use different phone numbers for that stuff. Okay, it's honestly up to you. What I would say is if you're actively doing a bunch of marketing using multiple different ways to drive traffic, I would potentially use a different one. Like let's say you've got 2 cash buyer websites in different markets or whatever. Maybe you get a local phone number for each one of those, so the phone number feels local. Okay, but it's really up to you and your strategy, honestly. Okay. Awesome, Paul. So Paul says if you have a lead page and another page that the lead page sends you to, do I need 2 Google Analytics accounts? So in our system, the answer is no. Inside of our system, let's go ahead and log into one of my own accounts here. Inside of our system, if you want to use Google Analytics, and Google Analytics, guys, it's just something that tracks your website stats. Okay, if you want to, and it's free. You can just go to Google and type up Google Analytics, go get a free account, and then it'll give you this little code. We actually have a help tutorial. We have a tutorial that walks you through how to put Google Analytics onto your account. It takes 2 minutes to do it. But no, Paul, all you got to do is go down here to Settings, Analytics, and Scripts. If you put your Google Analytics deal in here, that covers your entire website. Okay, so that will cover all of your lead pages on our system. It'll cover every page on our system. So it'll all be in there. David, yeah, so David's saying, how do we check backlinks with that Moz bar? Let me show you guys. So I'll show you, David. Let's go ahead and go to, I'm just going to go to oncarrot.com. Okay. For some reason, that Moz bar wasn't working like it should. Let me try something. Okay. Yeah, this Moz bar isn't doing what it should be doing for some reason. So one way, David, is the Moz bar should show how many links you have, like in a little report underneath. But you saw, I think their system might be having an issue. But I'm just going to go ahead and go to Carrot, and I'm just going to click this little Moz bar icon. And you can do this, and you can go click Link Data, and I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, I think there's something going on with their tool right now. All right, let me show you a different way to do it. There's a tool called Backlink Watch, and I'll send this through the system right now. So there's a free tool, guys, Backlink Watch. If you're not building any backlinks, then there's no reason to do a backlink check, because someone has to actually be linking to your website. And we teach you how to build backlinks once again inside of this module. It's not hard. Anyone who can follow some directions can do it. It just takes a little bit of time, maybe an hour a week or so. But let's say we go here and type up oncarrot.com, click check backlinks, okay? And we know we've got a bunch of backlinks. So you can see here, Carrot's got 8,300 backlinks, and there's a lot of different reasons for that. We've done a lot of work on it. Let me bounce back to, let me check Jack's right here. So Jack's, Actually, let me check this one, guys. So this is one that we're doing SEO for, but at the same time, in some markets, we don't even, sometimes at the start, we don't build backlinks at the start, okay? We just go through and do a little bit more optimization, and then usually in month 2, month 3, month 4, if we need to boost the results, then we start building backlinks. But here's another free tool if you want to check your backlinks. Michael, that's weird, man. Michael's saying that the volume on his end is weird. I don't know, man. I'm not sure if anyone else is having issues with my volume. Jim, how do you direct traffic from Facebook to a website? That's a whole nother training, but here's a couple things that some people are doing pretty well. Actually, I'll just show you. If you don't mind, Cindy, I'll use this as a quick example. Let's go to Cindy's website here. Cindy buys houses. I'm going to scroll down, and she has a link to her Facebook page there, so I'm just going to click it. So really, guys, this is something you have to decide if you want to do it or not, okay? Because it takes time, and honestly, unless you're actively doing it all the time, it's not worth the effort to even do ever, okay? So Cindy is really good with doing updates, every so often. So you can see here. She's saying, would you like to make $500? And she's talking about her bird dog program, okay? So here she just she shares a link. So we're on her Facebook company page. She shares a link to her website. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go down. So she's posting all kinds of fun, curious stuff, and really engaging her people. You can see people are commenting on it. So it's not just we want to buy your house. It's not just that stuff. Okay. I know there's a few links that she had in here that were going to her blog posts and website and stuff like that, free reports, stuff like that. And Cindy's just prolific with this stuff, guys. She's great with it. This might not be the one that I saw earlier where you're linking to a bunch of your stuff. I mean, obviously right there, that does link to your Cindy Buys Houses site, but that's one way, Jim. If you have a Facebook page and you want to be active with it, then just post stuff on your Facebook page. Cindy's done a good job of building some likes. We don't have enough time to explain how to do that on this call, but honestly, for most people, unless you're really going to be active in it, I wouldn't even touch that. The way that the gentleman who was on the call earlier said that he drove people to his page. He joined Carrot last week, spent $40 in Facebook ads, and then drove them to the Carrot website and got leads, and he's meeting with 2 sellers this weekend. He did it by scrolling all the way down to the bottom here, and let's go. At the bottom, there's a thing that is ads. Okay, you can just go to facebook.com/ads even, I think. And you can do ads in Facebook. If you're not experiencing that, don't do it right now. We are going to be doing a training on Facebook ads for sellers, cash buyers, and tenants. Okay. But yeah, Jim, I mean, it really depends on how active you want to be with Facebook. But what I would suggest for sure is anyone who does have a Facebook account, share your Carrot website with your friends and say, hey, I'm investing in real estate. Check out my new website. Like this if you could. So they go over there and like your page, or like your website. That would help. So David, good question. So David says, but you do need one analytics code for each URL, correct? Correct. So going back to the Google Analytics thing. Yes, each one of your separate websites, so separate URLs, each one of your separate websites does need a different Google Analytics code. And like I said, we do have a help tutorial that walks you through how to do this somewhere over here, right here. Even when you go here to settings and then analytics and scripts, we also show you how to sign up for an analytics account and what to do. Okay, but yes, each website that you have if you want to use Google Analytics, then yes, you do need each one of those sites set up on it. Yeah, Paul. So kind of following up on the affiliate marketing thing, Paul says, what if the other web page or the other Carrot website is not a Carrot page? Yeah, so Paul, the training I'm going to be doing, which people who are 3 lead per day members, they're going to get it for free. So everyone who's a 3 lead per day member is going to get this affiliate marketing $0 to $500 a month and affiliate commission training. And we make, on our highest months, we've made $40,000 to $50,000 in affiliate commissions, marketing great products that we believe in. But consistently, it's between $3,000 and $6,000, $3,000 and $7,000 a month. So I'm just going to show you, and you've noticed, guys, we don't affiliate market to Carrot members. You guys have never, we've never sent an affiliate offer to you guys. What I'm going to show you guys is stuff that anyone can do, whether you have an email list or not, to market any affiliate products you want to. It could be Carrot. It could be on any website you want to. So yeah, Paul, the training is not going to be about how do you market Carrot as an affiliate, although you can use that training to, of course, market Carrot as a service if you want to. Yeah, so David has a good question here, because David joined our search engine optimization service a couple weeks ago, and one thing that he did, and David, I don't think it's going to harm it, man. I really don't, but it really depends on what the person did. So David went to a website called Fiverr. I think this is where he did it, and there's a lot of great stuff you can do on Fiverr. If you've never heard of Fiverr, I might have spelled it wrong. If you've never heard of Fiverr, guys, you can get all kinds of stuff. You can get all kinds of stuff done over there for $5, and you can have someone build backlinks for you to your website for $5, or make a video for you, or make a let's say logo. I'm just going to type logo up here. So there's people here that will be willing to make a logo for you for $5. Now you can't expect that logo to be this groundbreaking custom logo. They're probably just grabbing a template that they have and just putting your name on it and sending you the file, okay? But you can get this stuff done for $5 over here. It's like crazy. But if you did backlinks, what I would suggest, guys, is don't buy backlinks, okay? Don't buy backlinks to your website. It could actually hurt you. So this one right here, they'll get 30 PR10 backlinks. What I would do is I would ask the person, where are you getting those? Because if you get backlinks from a bad website, or if the backlinks come in too fast, Google's smart enough, it can recognize this stuff. Okay, so you don't need a lot of backlinks oftentimes to get ranked well in a lot of markets. I mean, some of the sites that are ranked #1 have like 5, 10, 20, maybe 30 backlinks to them is all. So we're not talking hundreds. If you're in a really competitive market, it might take more. So yeah, I would suggest don't buy backlinks. Our 3 lead per day training walks you through how to build backlinks effectively, okay, that actually work. But yeah, David, just go through the 3 lead per day training. We walk you through backlink building. Awesome, guys. So if there's no more questions, it's buzzing through. Just a lot of Carrot requests, of course. If there's no more questions, then I appreciate you guys hanging on for another mastermind call. Did you guys enjoy the call? Did you guys get a lot out of the whiteboard thing and the productivity session? Just hit me with your feedback, guys, because feedback's what keeps me going. I mean, just like any of us, whenever you do something good, you want feedback from people that makes you know that you did it good. You keep on doing it, and the feedback really helps me, guys. Because if we don't get feedback through support, if you find something you're like, man, I don't really like this about Carrot, there's no way that we can improve upon it unless you guys give feedback. And same thing with these webinars. Hit me with feedback, guys. Things you like, things you don't like. If something really hit you hard and you're like, man, I'm implementing this today, let me know because that stuff jazzes me up. And that's why I do what we do here with our webinars. So awesome, guys. Thank you for the comments. Cool. Yeah, Brenda. Brenda says she's going to invest in the 3 lead per day training program. Yeah, it's a great program. It's a one-time $99 charge. And like I said, we do upload stuff in there from time to time. And we're actually going to go through and do an update of the training. We're going to clean some of the stuff out and swap some things out based off of new info. Cool. Well, awesome, guys. Well, thank you, guys. Have an awesome week. Look in your mailboxes for some carrots over the next few weeks, and we'll talk soon. Thanks. Actually, guys, I saw a couple more questions come in here. So if you asked a question, I saw them come in, so I will answer them. Awesome, Jim. Thanks. Cheryl says, joined last Saturday. Great call and product. Awesome. Thank you, Cheryl. And welcome aboard, Cheryl. I mean, it's exciting seeing new people join Carrot. And yeah, Michael, I'm not sure what the issue is, man. Everyone else can hear. That's weird. Man, it's weird. Thanks, Martha. David says, I'm making it a focus day so I can improve his time management. Yeah, dude, if you're making it a true focus day, David, shut off your email, shut off your computer, and block out the rest of the day just to do that. Okay, don't look at email, don't take phone calls, nothing like that. Or ideally, use the rest of today as a buffer day. Get done stuff that's on your list already, and then schedule your focus day for tomorrow or Friday or something like that. That way you can go into that day making the entire day a focus day. For sure, Yolanda, thank you for hopping on. Michael, for sure, man. Thanks for hopping on, man. Yeah, I'm not sure. So Michael out of California says Windows 8 for one, perhaps. Probably anything Windows. And Sarah, when are we due? So we're due in September, middle of September. That's when we're due with our little one. So cool, guys. Well, thank you. Yeah, I agree. So start a carrot group. We thought about that. So Sarah says we should start a carrot group so that we can learn from each other, maybe on LinkedIn or something. I agree. And we've been batting around making a private Facebook carrot group, a private LinkedIn one. I think most people use Facebook, not everyone. But for those of you who are still on, there's still about 25 to 30 people on right now. A lot of people have left. But for those of you who are still on, would you actually use, benefit from, and share? So the sharing part is a big part. Without people sharing what's working great for them, this won't work. But would you use, benefit from, and share from a private group for just Carrot members in Facebook where you guys can share what's working, ask questions from other Carrot members? If so, then Sarah says absolutely, for sure. Yeah, Michael, and we're in the process of updating that. So that will be updated here in the next few days. So yep. Cheryl would, Yolanda would, David would. Awesome. So guys, that's something we'll think about on the best way to do it. And we'll put that on the calendar. It's going on a sticky note. So I really do believe that we have some awesome people in the Carrot community. And you guys can learn as much from each other as you guys can learn from us. And that would honestly take a load off of us. But also it would really make it to where those of you who are doing some awesome things can share with other people. And those of you who need a little help can ask our community of 500 Carrot members who can help you. No, Robert says, I don't know how to do a private Facebook group. So yeah, we would take care of that. We would actually set up the group, and then we would send you guys an invite. Okay. So, well, cool, guys. A lot of people think that would be good. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Have an awesome rest of the week, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.